Hey everyone, welcome back to Glen Forge. Today we're continuing with the series on making a katana with Dan Tokar
Hi.
at the Willow Forge. Hello, Dan.
Hi. So this is the reprise, the next day after the last one.
Yes,
Where
we
we
will continue to fold the metal
and weld.
yes, and yeah.
This will be the third weld. The first day was getting it welded up and doing the first two folds. So this is the third fold, and it will get better and better.
And we have about we said we needed 8, correct? 8.
Well, eight to 12, depending.
12. Okay.
We'll know the bar of steel will look beautiful. When it doesn't look beautiful, we will keep going until it does.
All right, cool.
Yes.
That sounds idealistic, yes.
Well, it's also early on, you're starting off with stuff because, I mean, the old tradition was if you're taking something from the furnace, the raw iron and steel that they would be starting with would be very slaggy and broken up in odd pieces. So the first pile is kind of loose and funny looking. And so it takes 3 or 4 welds before you really end up with nice compact bars and a good shape. So this is where we're starting today. And you can put this in the fire, and when we get it red, we will flux it.
Excellent. I will go ahead and heat it up.
Yeah, we want a bright orange so that we can put some flux on it. And we have our favorite wood ash flux. Well, I can run through some of the basic sort of factoids, which of course is not me being an expert in the history of it, but just having picked up bits and pieces and what I remember off the top of my head. But way back in Japan, like, 1400 years ago, swords were straight and double-edged, a shape they call a ken sword. K-E-N, and they're straight and they're double-edged, and they still occasionally make those as temple swords in Japan. So you will see a double-edged Japanese sword, but those are typically very early. The classical kind of taki katana shape, because originally the single-edged sword started out as taki. I can't pronounce it quite correctly. I can't wrap my tongue around that syllable right. But the original single-edged Japanese sword was worn edge down and had a slightly different sort of a shape to it. And they evolved into the katana over a couple, 300 years. Okay, so by the time they got to their Civil Wars period, when they were all fighting each other, the classical katana was around. So, sometime in like our 13th century, they pretty much had developed the sword as you'd recognize it today. There's variations in length and curvature, but basically the real shape of a katana has been around for about 800 years. They go through fashions like anybody over that time period. So there are times when they have more curvature or less. Some areas have more curvature or less in their general patterns. They have fashions about whether they want heavier blades or lighter blades or slightly longer or slightly shorter. But yeah, it's like anything. People have ideas about how they match up with fighting styles too. Because 800 years is a long time, and there's a lot there, and I cannot swear to being an expert in the cultural matters. This is not what I have spent a lot of time looking at. I understand enough to understand the context of some of the shapes and history, but I would not go beyond saying that. They are a very complex culture and a lot of dynamics going on. So you could spend 12 years of your life to get a PhD and write a thesis on how Japanese culture and swords go together and still not understand a tenth of what really happened. In a long and diverse history, lots of things will be tried, but it will tell you something that they are rare. I tend to believe that the things that are rare because they didn't work that well.
Yeah.
If something really worked well, everybody would want
I
one.
believe it's at a nice hot red.
Well, turn it over and see if both sides, because I think you're very hot on one side. Yes. Okay, so you'll pull it out and put flux all over it. We have our can full of flux.
Ooh, yeah, that's hot.
That's hot, but that's okay. We could flux it while it's hot. That's the great thing about wood ashes is that it's not what you'd call an expensive or exotic flux. So I think that's good, and just let it sit there for a minute for all of that. You can even rub it on the anvil to try and, yeah, you've got a nice layer of it melted on there. So I would make sure the fire is nice and consolidated and put it in. Yeah, because that way you have no hollows in the bottom of the fire before you put it in. Okay. Right in the center there. Good. So the next, yep. I know these little black marks mean something.
What could they mean?
What could they possibly mean?
What does it mean?
It means use Dan's gloves first, then my gloves will be soft and not hard and chunky.
Got it. Thank you. I will take the. Oh, okay. It's a hot day. Now, normally, this is probably best to do in the wintertime, and this shop is not insulated, which also sucks. So,
Or as the Japanese would say, on a lucky day in spring.
yeah, well, in this case, it's like, I guess I was hoping you were going to be like, let's wait till January or December to do this. And then you were like, nah, we can make a sword. And then I was so happy about it, and then I realized the realistic implications of
Yes.
what a furnace we already are kind of in right now. So
Yes, let's schedule forge welding big blocks of steel in August.
yeah,
I wonder how that happened. Forethought and planning, they
yeah, it wasn't the best time. But I mean, whatever. This is really cool, and we're gonna do it. So I'll endure, or I'll melt. One of the I'll do it. Oh, look who it is! Look, Xena, look. Say hello.
Xena, warrior kitten.
Oh, what is it? Yes, she's named after Xena, warrior princess. It's a good name. Fight me, Xena.
He says no, I would destroy you in an instant. It is not fair.
She's so hot. She's hot too. Ooh, she's so
Well, that's part of it. It's hard to play when it's
110 degrees. Always make sure your shop cat is away from the, from the work, because
setting fire to the shop cat is not something you want to do.
trust me, no animals were burnt to a crisp in the making of this video.
One, two, three. Look at that. Isn't that nice and bright? Go. Hit harder, 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 harder. 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 All right, right. All right, enough. We're gonna flux and then we'll draw it out under the trip hammer. The barrel of flux is right there. And that's welded. Okay, and I will. Wonderful. Right, and I will make sure we have no hollow spots in the fire. And the next time you get it up to about the welding heat and trip hammer it to get it for length. Because it's welded, but it'll consolidate it more and draw it out faster with the hammer.
I'm going.
Quick, 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 quick. Hot, hot, hot. Hit it from both sides. All right, that's probably about as far as you want to go because we're going to have to. I said you don't want to go thinner and longer.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can't work the edges because there's not enough throat on the hammer.
Right.
Okay.
Stop.
Stop. Yes.
I mean, at the very least, I've worked off my breakfast, my lunch, my soon-to-be dinner, and then tomorrow's breakfast too in terms of calories. So that's a plus.
The last one was folded over long ways, and one reason I didn't want you to draw it out too long with the trip hammer is that we're going to fold it this way.
It's not illegal to waste water. That's good.
It's not a waste if it keeps you from burning up.
You go to California.
Hey, I would do this even in California. This is Max. He's a good hammerer. Some hammers don't listen. Max knows what to do though. I'm sorry I don't have any hammer treats. All right, take a look at it. Is it nice and bright? Yay!
Ready?
Yep, yep. Woohoo! And we're gonna go long ways, long ways. Start right in the middle, at the very end, like right there. All right, move it up one. Is it right in the center?
Yes. It's still on the line. I'm just keeping it right there. Right there.
All right, cool the chisel off because it's getting hot. We're not quite centered on the bar. You have it wider and a thinner. But that's okay because now what we're going to do is fold it over. Here, hold it over that part of the anvil, over the step of the end. Hold it. All right, and we're going to, no, we're not going to cut. We're just going to try and fold it. Get it up. Well, we're going to have to heat it some more. Like that. All right, now stand it up on edge. All right. I think we actually cut through in the back part. All right, now, because the handle is twisted.
There you go. There you go. Woo!
Now we flux. Flux. Here.
Nice and slick. Oh.
Back the other way. All right, flux. It's beginning to look prettier.
It's more refined. Chiseled to perfection.
Hot, hot.
Yeah, back in the fire.
Go, 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 go. All right, I think that's enough. But look how nice the edges are looking. All right, now put it on the anvil because I think we can actually cut it. We have enough heat left, and because it's not as wide, you want to hold it. Can you hold this like this? Straight up and down. Straight up and down. All right, we're going to move it right there. All right, now put it short ways across the anvil, 90, 90, and put the edge right at the edge of the anvil, the cut on the edge of the anvil. Well, 4 more right there. This is going to fly off, I think. Yeah, we don't have a handle. So what we can do, because we don't have a handle, we'd break it. So we put it in the vise. Ooh. Yeah, we're gonna have to fix the handle. All right. All right. Flux. Oh, almost broke it. Whew. Remember when I told you this was quite a commitment in time? And if you wonder why people don't just casually make katanas, this is why you don't casually start a katana. It is the part that takes time. And if somebody tells you it doesn't take time, they're just not telling you the truth. And you see how nice and compact the block is now. It is getting to be a very compact block, which is good. Hiya! Go! Hard! Hard, 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 hard. You won't hurt it. Hard, hard. Hit it in the center. Hard. Ah. Toward both ends. Back and forth. I'm going to flip it, hit it. All right, Flux, flux, flux. And I am going to get to play with the trip hammer this time. Aha! Take that, steel. Woohoo! Yes, such things happen. Yes, and we will have to put a handle on that and do the rest of the drawing later. This is a good place to stop. But you can see how nicely welded the edges are now. And this will give us a chance to swap things end for end, because this was the center and this was the edge. So now we can put the edge out at the end, and that'll help even out . Xena has survived.
Well, thank you everybody for watching. This is episode 2. We got the fifth weld done, and yeah, today was a really good, successful day at the forge. I'm here with Dan Tokar again. Please go check out his channel at the Willow Forge.
And Xena will soon have her own channel, because she's better than all of us put together.
Princess Warrior Kitten. We will make her a set of armor for another series.
And a little naginata and a chakram.
Oh yes, she will be warrior.
Yes, those moths and ants and flies will not ever pass. We will be safe.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for watching, and have a great day.